We have here our 2017 Geyserville. This is from a terrific Zinfandel vintage in Alexander Valley, where this vineyard's located. It's our 52nd year of making this wine, so definitely a vintage to celebrate. It was also the year the drought was over, so the vines got plenty of rainfall that winter. And as you know, everyone knows, these old Zinfandel vines are non-irrigated. They basically are just surviving off of whatever rainfall they get in the winter months, and so having good rain in 17 really helped the vines rebound from the drought effect of the prior 5 years. So we got good concentration that summer with really warm weather. A summer with about 30 days worth of temperatures running up into the mid 90s, which Zinfandel as a variety loves that kind of heat. It needs that sun, it needs the warmth. The great thing about the Geyserville site, though, is it's a lower elevation valley, so the fogs can move in from the coast and actually drop the temperatures at night. So you see these wild variations of temperature between day and night. And that has an effect of slowing the vines down, keeping the rate of sugar accumulation under control so that the flavor can stay ahead of sugar, and also it ensures good acidity in the grapes. So in 17, we produced a really rich Geyserville. It's a blend of 68% Zinfandel, 18 Carignan, and 12 Petit Syrah. A lot of that is from the old blocks that are all field blended. So when they're picked, the grapes come into the winery, everything is crushed into one tank, and we have this fantastic co-fermentation effect. So you've got all these grapes contributing color, tannin, acid, and multiple kind of flavor profile from each grape will come into that wine as it's sitting there in the fermenter. So there's a lot of magic that happens with co-fermentation. I often say it's kind of like alchemy. You can try to ferment the varieties apart and back blend to try to arrive at the same proportions, but you taste that wine, it will never taste as great as if they were all together at the start. There's something where they are building upon each other, there's fusion, there's all these reactions that are happening as the grapes are all together in that same tank. And so it just makes a much more powerful wine. So of course, Geyserville, having a long history of making this wine here, we often have called it the elegant Zinfandel when compared to all our other Zinfandels. It's generally a more broad-shouldered wine. The tannins tend to be a little bit softer, silkier, more surrounded by kind of a nice kind of plum, black cherry fruit. There's also a Geyserville mint character that we have always seen in the Geyservilles when we've blind tasted through the years. There's an element there that gives it a really positive kind of an exotic herbaceousness that goes with that sweet fruit, the bramble. Oh, it's definitely there in the glass. So we've got not only the beautiful kind of that compote and the mix of black cherry plum, but you've got in there the gravel earth of the soil and some beautiful oak. This was all barrel aged in American oak, so you've got that added spice, which really lifts the nose. It's really perfumed and deep. And very well structured on the palate. Great thing about the 17 vintage is that the grapes came in with really good tannin concentration. So in extracting, we were able to really build in some nice richness into this wine. And then, as always with Geyserville, you've got that great natural acidity to go with that beautiful fruit. So you've got tannins, acid, intense flavor. So you've got the full package of a great Zinfandel here. So it's a really beautiful vintage. Absolutely delicious. And I would say, as far as aging potential, easily something like this vintage will go the distance, 20-25 years in the bottle, as long as the cork holds up, which I would expect given our strict protocol of doing screening of corks. We're only after the very finest so that we can ensure that the wine that we've worked so hard to make can really go the distance in the bottle. So the cork is an essential part of allowing the wine to do that. So exciting year, and one that I'm thrilled to be tasting right now, and I hope you are as well.